Yes, sir. So, bros, when it comes down to abortion, it's a topic that causes major commotion left and right. I see the reactions, I hear the talking points from both sides, but I got to pay attention to the liberal side because their agenda, their lifestyle, everything they talk about gets pushed on you, black men in America, more than anything under the sun. The liberal black females that are borderline feminists run with everything because they're made the centerpiece. They're made the main useful idiot in this war between us and them, between us creating a family, between us creating functional societies instead of functional nut jobs. The list goes on. They create these talking points as a big detractor to keep them distracted, to keep them complaining when there's bigger fish to fry. You see, there's a good amount of women on your feed that don't even get involved in these conversations, and those are the ones that you probably want to get involved with because they're handling business. They're not these black liberals, borderline feminists that get their agendas, talking points, regurgitating the same nonsense from white liberal feminists, from black feminists that are basically that way because they conform to that lifestyle from following behind a Caucasian chick. Let's be honest and let's be real. Bros, do not fall for the okie doke. When we're talking about abortion, we could talk about life and death scenarios. We could talk about rare occurrences. You got dudes out here that are going along to get along because they want to be on the woman's side, quote unquote. It's not about being on the woman's side. This is a family issue. We could talk about rare occurrences all you want. You could repost, regurgitate, all of that stuff from the feminist pages. But bros, if we want to talk about 3 instances, we got to talk about the whole pie. Let's talk about the overwhelming majority of abortions being taken place in this society is because it's the effect of casual sex. Everybody's sexing. Everybody's texting, everybody's swiping, the list goes on. Indulging, overindulging, taking advantage of. We already know what time it is out here in the West, and that's why people migrate over here to begin with. Let's be real. But nobody wants to do that because you got to put the finger down and start looking at yourself and who you're dealing with. Too many bozo females are going to talk about politicians being inside their pants, their uterus. Meanwhile, they can't keep their pants zipped. They can't keep the buffoons out of their pants. So what makes sense? And of course, we could talk about the dudes with no backbones, with no self-control, that shoot up the clubs, that can't go ahead and get a rubber. We could talk about them all day if we want to. And like I said, takes 2 to tango. It's better understood that we got to look at this as a responsibility issue. It's not just a woman's issue. It's not about picking a side. Don't fall for the okie doke. The media is very good at making you think that it's about the woman's side. They get these women out here, bros, and majority of these females in the society are liberal. They get them so distracted. They get them so enraged because they understand them better than a good amount of dudes out here. Get them talking about something that they don't like. Get them talking about white supremacy, white nationalists, the Second Amendment, talking about masks, talking about the vaccine, talking about this, and then we're going to flip it back to women's rights. Bros, pay attention. Like I said, we could talk about abortion all day when it's about life and death, but casual sex is the main culprit. Black liberal females talk about BLM on one end. Black Lives Matter. Of course, they never read the mission statement because they don't care about anything like that when social media is their main news source. These are the same people that regurgitate and repost from that ambiguous race baiter, Sean King. Somebody please tell me who his father is. These liberal black females, aka feminists, talk about BLM, the alternative lifestyle. That's their business. Then on the flip side, be diehard supporters for abortion. They don't care about the history of Planned Parenthood. They don't care about the numbers. They don't care about how many articles you cross-referenced, the dirt that you dug on your own. If you bring up anything that opposes their beliefs, anything that they favor, the first response, because it's an automatic defense mechanism, is those are white talking points. Those are white conservative talking points. Are you a far-right conservative? Did you vote for Trump? This same simple-minded nonsense, bros, brace yourself if you're going to try to talk sense into some female. You know what I mean? It's so much easier to just go along to get along, repost some feminist talking point talking about women's rights and whatnot. But we got to understand that it's a self issue. It's a family issue. It's an issue that needs to be talked about between families, not amongst the people in the social media space. You feel me, bros? Because it's going to lead me to this scene right here. We could support abortion all you want, but bros, do you support this taking place? You basically got to understand that a lot of females are going to feel like they're under attack now, right? The U.S. government is coming for them. They're inside their pants. They want to bring they want to bring a kid into this world where gun control is running rampant, or there is no control on guns. They're simple-minded, bros. They don't see anything beyond the surface. They just see things for what it is and run with it because they repost the same stuff from other blue check marks, from other people that they follow, because they don't know what to think. They don't know how to think anymore, regardless of the degree that they got from the college. It doesn't matter. In this scenario right here from She's Gotta Have It, of course, they just got done with doing some casual sex. And it's going to lead to a conversation that's going to go left. But bros, like I said, you're going to have females that are going to feel like they're under attack. And the only way they could one up the government or get over on far right wing conservatives that are going to try to control their body because they have a lack of control of their own, they're going to get up with dudes. They're going to have dudes slide in with no cap. And of course, dudes are going to slide in because they're lazy. They don't have a rubber. Nobody carries rubbers anymore. They're going to have you slide in unprotected. They're not even going to ask you when's the last time you've been tested. They might ask you if you have a rubber. Once you say nah, that's not going to matter because they want you to go in raw anyway. They might ask you if you got some liquor. And you're going to have some dudes that are going to slip up because naturally when you're inside those walls, it feels so wonderful, you don't want to pull out. You know what I mean? And that's why we are where we are now, talking about abortion. They're going to have you slip up. And whether you like it or not, whether you know about it or not, they're going to get pregnant and they're going to have an abortion behind your back to try to one up the government, like a big FU to the government, as if they're proving something. Because now, with these black feminists and Caucasian feminists, all of them liberals, they're going to feel Super Saiyan empowered by having an abortion. I promise you. You feel me? So the shit you support is going to be the shit you step into. I promise you. Let's check it out.
I told you music is my passion, and now I'm making my passion come true. Just writing my first song today. Did I tell you? Yo, can I sing you something real quick?
Can I get a rain check?
Yo, close the song. It's gonna take like 3 minutes tops. Weren't you the one that's supposed to be helping me with my music?
Okay, whose apartment and whose bed are you in right now?
Shop at the Black Book. Duly noted.
All right, just to bring everybody up to speed, put things in context. This dude Mars right here and this chick Chloe, they used to mess with each other in the past. Basically right now, Mars, he lost his job, got evicted from the spot that he was living in with his sister, and he's basically your modern day man child. So he's crashing at her crib because they're still cordial, you know what I'm saying? And now they just got done with some casual sex because, of course, when you got a man and a woman in the same space, there's only a matter of time before one thing leads to another. You know how they put it. You know what I mean? We just had a drink and then one thing led to another. How many times we hear that response, right? So now they're here. It's supposed to be a relaxed moment, but bros, you're dealing with a liberal, black female, borderline, feminist, so anything could go left at any given time. He's relaxed. He's basically just disclosed that music is his passion and he wanted her to hear it. But right now she's mainly focused on trying to fix something at work for her boyfriend, who's her boss. You know what I'm saying? So she's just focused on that. She just had sex, but that didn't help calm her nerves whatsoever. But we're going to see how this conversation goes left furthermore.
I'm sorry. Danton is breathing down my neck about this thing that I have to do, and I just don't have the bandwidth.
Well, your wife had the band for this chorizo a few minutes ago. So. Do you need help kicking his old crusty ass to the curb? Because if you do, I got you.
Fucking Danton. You're the last person that can help me, really.
Mars, can you give me back my laptop?
No one's Nola's IG page. Report for abuse. What's this? What the fuck is this?
Nola's IG page was causing Danton some problems. He asked me to take care of it. Danton stops getting bad press, and Nola doesn't even need to know why.
But you tell her, because you're her friend.
Look, I know that this looks shady, but this is also my job.
Doing Nola dirty is your job. You hear yourself right now?
Oh, who's doing Nola dirty? I'm looking out for the bigger picture here, helping her pave the way to help her make significant strides in her career. If she would just stop with the whole say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, vigilante fucking act for 5 seconds.
It's not an act, and you know it. Nola's not backing down from nobody. Not now, not ever.
Like I said, I'm just doing my job.
Well, your job fucking...
All right, just to butt in real quick before we get into the heated part of the conversation. So basically the dude Mars is sticking up for Nola, who is basically the chick that he started talking to after this chick right here, Chloe. Noah, just like every super woke liberal black female, is a woke warrior on the internet. They want to talk about gentrification, white supremacy, white nationalists, all of the liberal talking points that we hear today. He's defending her because she's causing a big disruption for Chloe's boyfriend's business. This dude named Danton, who happens to be an older Caucasian guy. And dudes better not be surprised in these days when you find out that one of these woke warriors, one of these gods, goddesses that you call on the internet, if they're taking Caucasian cock, but that's another story for another day. And basically, bros, so many instances that ruins a friendship is either because of cock, money, or a combination of the two. And Chloe is basically about to red flag Nola's page because it's causing bad press for Danton's business because it's gentrification. These are the same woke warriors and idiots that follow behind them that would never support the business that got replaced to begin with. But then you want to get mad when gentrification takes place.
Nola's not backing down from nobody. Not now, not ever.
Like I said, I'm just doing my job.
Well, your job fucking sucks.
Okay.
And so does your man Danton.
Well, like you have your life all together.
Whatever.
And it's all peaches and cream.
Whatever.
What, you make a song? Why don't you make a couple more? And then you can finish a mixtape and stand at the corner of Flatbush and Atlantic and sell it with the rest of the aspiring artists. In the meantime, some of us with actual goals need to get ahead.
Hey, well, my shit is fire. And if you were smart, you beat that.
No, you know what? If I was smart, I would stop fucking around with the deadbeat man-child who started sleeping with my best friend when I got pregnant.
What?
You heard her. Yo, bros, dealing with these females, man, the conversation could go left at any time. It starts off with projection. It starts off with something that they're mad with in the back of their mind, and then they take it out on you. You ever just get into a convo with one of these chicks and they just start bugging out on you one time, like just out of nowhere? They're either mad at a dude, mad at their job, or mad at something that they can't fix. And now you're basically the stress ball. You're there being genuine, but now they want to take out the anger out on you. Mind you that these two just had sex not too long before this conversation. And that really doesn't matter because they just look at you as a sex toy. And you could already tell that her nerves did not get calmed whatsoever because he's not helping the situation because he's keeping it real with her. When you keep it real with people, they don't know how to take it because they're so used to being lied to, bros. These liberals, these feminists, borderline feminists, however you want to put it, they love lies. But this dude right here, who's a man-child in the modern day era, he needs to get this gut punch that he's about to get because these are the type of stories, these are the type of events that wake dudes up and have them make better moves. And it has you avoid putas like this chick. It has you avoid putas like this chick, Chloe. She gave Nola the green light. And it's like, bros, why would you want to mess with one girl and then mess with her friend? But you got a lot of dudes that are sloppy. And this dude is a man-child, so he doesn't know any better. He's one of the dudes that runs behind females at these protests because he has no conclusion in his mind whatsoever. He's been led by women his whole life. And you could watch this show and you could just see that he's a buffoon with the way that he carries himself. He left the chick to go mess with her friend and be the third leg because Nola has two other guys that she's engaging in sexual activity with because she is a sexually liberated black female out here in the West. Not to mention, when those relationships fail, she goes ahead and messes around with the women that she keeps on ice. But bros, just listen to how this convo is going to go from here. And that's when I ask you, how far do you support abortion?
You know what? If I was smart, I would stop fucking around with the deadbeat man-child who started sleeping with my best friend when I got pregnant.
What? What'd you just say?
Nothing. Nothing.
You fucking with me right now.
You know, Mars, it's getting late, and I think we
Nah,
should go.
nah. You were pregnant?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
And it was mine?
Yes.
Why you never told me?
Because, as an ardent feminist, I thought that any and everything I do with my body is my choice.
Fuck that. Who's coming for your choices?
Besides the entire US government,
But who's sitting with you right here in your bed?
nobody.
Oh, damn, it's hard to watch. Hey, yo, bro, man. We already understand that she's frustrated, and that's when the truth is going to come out. When somebody is mad, when they're saucy, when they're just done with you. And this chick, as you can tell, she doesn't really give a shit about this dude who she just basically tore to shreds. And in all honesty, dudes that think like this guy, gullible man children that don't know any better, they need that gut shot like this. They need that reality check, because I promise you, dudes that know a dude like this, they keep it real with them all the time, but they still go ahead and do the same mistakes. They still go ahead and live their life. They still go ahead and be all willy-nilly and all gullible and goofy until a chick rips them to shreds. You know what I'm saying? Did she have to say that the man was nobody? Of course not. But she's an ardent feminist. She acknowledges it. Bros, you're not going to have females that are going to acknowledge that they're a feminist. They're just going to show you that they're that. If you got a hunch that a chick that you might be talking to might be one, just ask open-ended questions. She will tell you everything that you will need to know, and you don't even really got to get into politics. Just any open-ended question, bro. I promise you. These chicks out here, bros, they feel like they're under attack, specifically the black liberal female. They feel like they're under attack when, in all honesty, they're the ones that is attacking themselves. They're killing themselves slowly. Their depression rate is high. And they're trying to fill the void. They're trying to find solace in bottles. They're trying to find solace in random dick. Swiping left and right, but it never solves anything. When the relationships can't connect with the black man, then they go ahead and search elsewhere. They go ahead and search for solace in the government, the liberal talking points, the race relations, because that's the last bit of hope that they have to connect to a brother. I promise you, I kid you not, these women out here, these feminist-minded chicks out here are going to get pregnant by a lot of goofball dudes, and they're going to get an abortion to feel empowered. And to those dudes that feel like you're having that raw dog sex and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because the majority of pregnancies are unplanned. You got a lot of dudes that find out a female is pregnant, and they're like, wow, my little soldiers are marching, and wow, I could be a father. It's an eye-opener for a lot of dudes. For a man-child like this, finding out that he had a kid might have been the best thing to happen to him, because he wouldn't conduct himself like a goofball. He wouldn't be trying to run the streets, being the third leg, messing with a liberal chick, when he could just have one main chick and worry about his kids. Having a kid changes a lot of lives. but you got to be prepared for that. But too many females out here feel like unplanned pregnancies are the norm. And that's when you really got to talk about the rare occasions. But that's another story for another day. But it's enough of that, man. I'm out.